Mm. Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. And thank you for joining this edition of Don't Sleep on the Dallas Cowboys, because you literally cannot sleep on the Dallas Cowboys. Things happen late in the evening, late at night, first thing in the morning, so you want to be up to speed with everything that is the Dallas Cowboys. And boy, do I feel like I've been sleeping on the Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be a long couple of weeks here, um, doing kind of double duty. I got to get ready to go back down and finish off that bathroom down that I've been working on for a while, and then I'm going over to Maryland working on issue. Bear with me here as I get my bearings together and wake up. But our Cowboys, we are in the last week in Oxnard. And for all you guys that call Dak Dink and Dunk guy, Dak who can't get the ball over 7 yards, well, the Cowboys actually this week have been focusing on the deep ball. Back shoulder fade was basically the staple last year going to Des Bryant. But Dak is working in with the players that he has. Now it's a matter of getting used to the adjustment of the different receivers and the speed and things. And surprisingly enough, a guy who we saw last night in our live stream, and shout out to everybody who came into our live stream, well, almost everybody. Um, a lot of people said, oh, let's trade Terrence Williams to Seattle and a pick for Earl Thomas. Well, actually, Terrence Williams has actually been the best deep threat thus far through training camp. And if you look back at the history of Tony Romo, the thing that Terrence Williams, I know he had brain farts of not getting out of bounds, and sometimes he catches the ball too much with his body and it pops up and things like that. But nobody's perfect. But the thing about Terrence Williams was with Tony Romo, when Tony Romo, like against J.J. Watt, when J.J. Watts had him dead to right, and somehow Tony Romo did this Houdini, did a 360, spun out, and then he found Terrence Williams. Terrence Williams is a good player when it comes to broken plays of getting open and coming back to the quarterback. So don't be too pressed to get rid of Terrence Williams just yet. And so, sorry. I apologize, guys. Maybe a little shot of coffee more will help. There's a logjam right now at wide receivers, and we're going to end up letting go somebody that we really don't want to let go, or we're going to look back down the road and say, damn, we should have kept that guy. So we'll see who it's going to be. We've got 3 more preseason games left to make those final decisions and so on. But definitely they are working on the deep ball. So Dak haters, hopefully you'll have something less to bitch about. Dan Bailey started off the first week of training camp, was missing a few here and there, but the last week has been straight butter. He has been hitting everything. It looks like he could hit from the moon right now. So thank goodness, hopefully he's back into a groove, and we had last year's injuries and last year's problems behind us as well. Now, Malik Collins is now off of injured reserve, thank God. We got Brian Price, who's been playing really, really well. And we have Woods, who actually has been giving Travis Frederick fits, has been playing really, really good, and that may be a guy that they say, okay, he's an NFL player, we hold on to him. But I'm really sorry, guys. Getting old and need a nap, I think. But you're getting Malik Collins back. You got Brian Price, and you've got Woods and a guy that they think is an NFL player. But you know me. I've been preaching this for a long, long time because I believe in that one technique. I think the Dallas Cowboys don't value it as much as they do defensive ends. But I still like that big, fat guy in the middle that can plug up the running game. And when you look at the NFC East, you know there's going to be a lot of running between the Eagles and the Giants and things like that. So you need a guy who can definitely hold that ground, take on those double teams, and keep pressure in the face of the quarterback, which will allow on pass rushing that pocket to collapse around him. more times than not. And if you look at um, this past game, for example, when you don't have that guy in the middle, you saw Dak Prescott. It was like the Red Sea parted and can run, boom, 12 yards, hit the ground and not be touched. And that's what we need to avoid. We need to avoid a soft middle because when you control the middle of the field, you control the field. So there may be some discussions in the Cowboys organization about making a possible trade for an impact guy that's in there. Now, of course, we know, fortunately, Jeff Heath just kind of twisted his ankle, nothing serious and all that, just another one of those scares. Um, but that's two scares we've now had at safety. And we are razor thin on safety. I know Earl Thomas is a pipe dream, and I know you guys are sick and tired of hearing about it. But to me, this team, when I look at this team that 2 years ago was 13-3, I know Jason Witten's gone. I know Zeke Elliott's gone. But I look at basically the same group of guys that you had back then with some depth right now and some guys that you look to take another step. 2016, you didn't have a Jalen Smith. You didn't have a Joe Thomas back there at linebacker. You didn't have a healthy Sean Lee. You have those guys. Now you've got a DeMarcus Lawrence. You got a Taka who looks to be better. Hopefully a Randy Gregory in things. You've got a team that's better suited. And you look at this team and say, why not us? Why not us? Eagles went from worst to first and won the Super Bowl. We beat the Giants twice last year in a down year. We beat the Redskins twice last year in a down year. We were still 9-7. Why not think that this team is close enough that you gamble and say, if we can just add just a little bit more? And that's what the Eagles did last year. You looked where they went and said, you know what? Let's get a Jay Ajayi. I know we got running backs that are there, but let's add another piece just in case. And that's what Earl Thomas would be for this team. A impact player, a guy who's got experience, a guy who knows the system. It gives us more depth in there, gives us another line of defense. And I believe, I know I'm crazy, I know I am just Joe the fan out here, I'm no expert, but I believe that you have enough with the players you have here, with a piece or two, that could get you a ring. Insert comments right there, right now. Go ahead, Eagle fans, start laughing. But there's no team out there that is all pros all across the board. There's always teams that have a hole here, there, or whatever. They get other sections to take up the slack. We've always had a great offense. Always been able to score points. Our problem has been stopping people, especially late in the game. Give up leads. We can't stop that final drive. And this is where the point where you have to say, we got to do something different. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of the 2 playoff wins in the last 20 plus years. I'm tired of watching the Eagles, the Giants, the Saints, the Rams, the Patriots, the Steelers, the Colts, Denver, Tampa Bay, all winning Super Bowls since we've been there. You got just about enough to make a run with a bit of luck, a few calls. There's a couple of players out there that might be able to get you over the hump. You definitely have to look for it at this point, in my mind. Windows, although they may seem there, ready, wide open, can change in a heartbeat. Players can get hold. Players can get injured that you don't expect. The time is right now. I know everybody says, just wait till next year when he's a free agent. Might be too late. You'll be a year older, and you might not have that same group of guys that you have right now. But we'll have to wait and see what happens between now and 26 days, 17 hours, 59 minutes, and 30 seconds from now when we take on the Carolina Panthers. I'm Mark Holmes. This is Cowboy Joe Boo, and you're up to date with the Dallas Cowboys. And I think I need a bigger cup of coffee. I'll see you guys soon.